Okay, good afternoon to everyone. Uh, Now I'm going to start the second session of Electronic Workshop Lab. Okay, myself, Professor Deepak Rabari from Electronics and Communication Department. As I had told you earlier, related to the first part of this experiment, that is how to install multisim and how to make the basic circuit, let's say one which contains only one resistor and one capacitor. And in that circuit, how we are going to connect the instrument that normally we are using in all the hardware laboratories, that is function generator and CRO, right? So after doing demonstration of this thing, now I'm going to show you the next part of this session, that is the experiment as per the laboratory manual. So I'm going to share you the screen which contains the PDF of your laboratory manual, so that first of all you people should have understanding or basic view that what are the contents which is required to discuss in this session. So you can see the circuit simulation of various circuits by using multisim. Okay, to implement and simulate analog and digital circuits using multisim. This is the aim of the experiment. You can see over here. So today what we have to do, we are going to execute one more circuit in this session. This by using multisim. Now today what I plan, I'm going to design, I'm going to show you the demonstration of two different circuit. One is from analog, that is one is the analog circuit, and another is the digital circuit. That is the any digital circuit as per your laboratory manual. The circuit which is shown over here, that is the half adder. Same way you can do any you can implement any of the circuit. Let's say if you want to design full adder circuit, that is also fine. Okay, I hope things are already given, is shown on your screen. So this is the circuit simulation of various things which is available. If is there any problem, you can just report in a chat room. I have shared the screen. Okay, so this is the circuit simulation of various circuits using multisim. This is the part. So test one, as I told you, analog circuits, test circuit one, a common emitter amplifier. You people probably you learn in your electronic principle lab, or probably if not in future laboratories in this week properly, you may learn how to use a multisim for the common emitter amplifier. Okay, so here as far as the basic steps are concerned, let's just implement the circuit in a workspace as shown in figure 1. Set input signal amplitude 20 millivolt and frequency 1 kilowatts. Okay, then we are going to change the value of RC. So we are going to ultimately measure the effect of RC on the gain of amplifier. This is the actual thing, that is by calculating this gain. Okay, and we are going to repeat this step. We are going to remove the bypass capacitor, and we are going to measure the output voltage and calculate voltage gain. Okay, and we're going to repeat this procedure for increasing and decreasing value of RE, that is the ammeter resistance. Okay, so here you can see we're going to take this figure, right? So this that is one resistor over here, values that we can change. This is one capacitor. These are the two coupling capacitor. This CC and CV, these are the two coupling capacitor. One more capacitor you can see on your screen, that is this one is known as a bypass capacitor. Okay, and here BC547, this transistor, NPN transistor we are using over here. So this part contains the voltage divider bias circuit. Okay, this is the input. Okay, this is known as a function generator, which is required to give the input signal, that is input AC signal we are supplying inside this. And we are going to observe the output on CRO, which is mentioned over here, XSC1. So on CRO, we are going to measure the output signal. Okay, and V out over V in, this ratio is going to represent gain of this common emitter amplifier. Apart from this, I'm going to show you some snapshot of the output, that how your output looks like. This is your oscilloscope. Here you can see the output. Okay, and the procedure, it is only for the demonstration, or it is only for a given that is known as a common emitter amplifier. We are going to represent the same thing, okay, in the live session. Now, so this is the experiment that is required to be conduct in today's session, right? So I'm going to share the screen of the live simulator so you people can understand the same thing that is related to this. So I hope you have this screen. In earlier mode, we have finished this circuit of resistor and capacitor, the basic part. Now I am going to open the circuit over here. That is, for this case, I am going to open let's say I'm going to open RE and RC. Wait for a while. See, the procedure to connect the circuit of an amplifier, that is same as we have connected one circuit, that is few in the last session, that is few minutes ago, as I have discussed how to connect one resistor and one capacitor in multisim, right? You people already know we have to just drag and drop, or we have to just select one basic component, that is one resistor, okay? Then we have to select one capacitor, and then we are going to use one connecting wire. So that may be placed in between resistor and capacitor, and we are going to place one function generator and one CRO, right? So this we are going to connect, and accordingly we have one whole circuit, that is the RNC. Same way you can design this circuit, okay? This circuit should have this transistor as an amplifier. You can see this is the circuit. We have one value of the resistance R1, R2 2.2K, R1 I have taken 10K, C1 is 1 microfarad. Here you can see 10 millivolt. Instead of 20, we can also give 10 millivolt peak to peak. So 10 millivolt peak to peak and 5 kilohertz. This AC sinusoidal wave we are going to apply at the base of this transistor. Okay, and here you can see this is the transistor where collector is connected to 3.5 kilo ohm RC collector resistance, and emitter is connected with 3 kilo ohm RE. So this, if I want to change, I can do double click over here. I'm going to decrease the value of RE. Let's say it is 1.5K. And if I'm going to again decrease the value of RC, suppose it is 2.2K. Okay. Now this is your classical circuit that normally you are drawing in your theory session or in your notebook. That one source, capacitor, R1, R2, RC, RE, one transistor, and two capacitor, that is C3 and C2. This is bypass, and these two are the coupling capacitor. Fine. Now what I am doing in practical session, I am going to put two more instruments. One is known as a function generator at the input side of the transistor, and I am going to put CRO at the output side of the transistor. Okay. So here in this CRO, you can see there are two channels A and B. So in channel A, you can see this cursor position, channel A, which is connected to this blue wire. It is connected at the input side. You can see at this point, this is known as channel A. This negative, it is connected to ground. Fine. Channel B, you can see positive is connected to this capacitor, or in other words, we can say that collector part of the transistor. So this is considered as output channel for this CRO. And first one, this A is known as the channel which is going to represent the source voltage of this amplifier. Okay. Now in this way, in your free time, you can connect the circuit. There is nothing new thing how to connect it. I have already demonstrated, and we have this connect one circuit of RNC. So this is the circuit. Now I am going to, you can see this is a way where we are going to simulate, we are going to run the circuit, we are going to test the circuit. I'm going to press this. Here you can see at bottom of this window, you can see EP, RERC, this circuit is simulating. Fine. So if it is simulating, where we have to find the output, we have to double click at CRO. So here if I am going to double click, so you can see this is the window. Now here you can see this blue line. This is going to represent your input signal. If you want to represent, this is known as channel A, right? That normally if you want to represent, this is known as AC. If it is 0, then it is not going to present. You can see channel number A, here 10 millivolt per division. So if I'm going to select it, right? So here we can see 10 millivolt peak as it is shown in the figure. So here 10 millivolt per division, and you can see this blue wire, it is 1 and 2, complete 2 division, 10 millivolt per division. So ultimately 20 millivolt peak to peak AC input that we are going to supply via channel number. You can see this is positive and this is negative. Whereas in this diagram, it is mentioned that 10 millivolt PK. So it is only peak. It is talking only about peak. And here it is 2 division and 10 millivolt per division. So 10 into 2, there are 20 millivolt input that we are going to supply. So this blue curve is going to represent the AC or your input that we are supplying from the function generator inside the amplifier. Now you can focus on this red part. Okay, so this we can see, this is known as the output signal. Now if you want to increase it so that you people can understand what will be the output voltage, right? This is good, or else this is also fine. I hope it looks good, right? So here you can see this is known as output voltage, this red line. You may have some surprising question or surprising look over here, that here this is small and this is small. No, here you can measure the volt per division. I have changed it from 500 or 200. If I kept it at 200, you can find the V out, right? If I'm going to change the volt per division, so this is the same thing that we are doing on the CRO, right? So here I have changed it, and it is 1 volt per division. Okay, so if it is 1 volt per division, you can find over here. Now if you want to exactly find the output, that is negative peak to positive peak, what you can do, as I told you, you have this positive peak, right? You have this as negative peak, so you can use this one. So this you can consider as 1 point. Okay, so this is my T2. So I am going to find the maximum peak. So 0.2 is here, and 0.1, this I am going to consider, I am going to keep it as positive. Okay, so I hope you have the maximum amount of voltage at this point. It is positive. And T1, right? See why I am doing this at 1, because here it is mentioned that we are going to calculate, you can see T2 minus T1, you can find on this. So this is the second point, 2. So from positive minus this negative value of peak, so minus minus will become plus. So we have T2 minus T1, it is going to represent the positive number, and you can see over here 1.18 volt. This is known as the actual value of the output voltage that we are going to calculate. That is nothing but 1.18 volt. Okay, so 1.18 volt. And if you want to find the gain, so that you can find over here the value of the gain, that is what is the input voltage. You all know input voltage is 20 millivolt, and output voltage, that is this red wire. One more observation you can see here, input and output are 180-degree out of phase. You can see the output, that is red the output which is red colored waveform, which is having first peak as a negative to positive, whereas input blue color, which is positive to negative. Okay, so if you want to calculate, I'm going to just, if I want to note down the reading, so what can I do? I'm just going to give you one method. You can do it later on. Okay, so, and you can note down these readings in your book also. If I am going to keep, let's say, value of RC, okay, that is RC. Okay, V in is constant, that is V in. And here if we are going to measure the value of V out, and if I am going to measure the value of gain, that is AV. Okay, so here we know the first case input is 20 millivolt. Okay, RC at this point is 2.2. V out, how much it is? 1.18. Okay, and what should be the value of gain over here based on this discussion? If we are going to calculate 1.18 divided by 20 into 1000, so your value of gain will be 59. Okay, So this will be the observation that you can do. Now I'm going to stop the screen. Now we'll come back to the simulator window. Okay, so here I'm going to stop this simulator. I'm going to close this. I'm going to stop this part. Okay, so this is one observation that we have taken for input is 20 millivolt, RC is 2.2K and RE is 1.5K, and we have gained something around 59. I'm going to change only two values so that you can understand. Parallelly, you should note down in your notebook that what will be the values. 2.2, I am going to change it from 2.2 to let's say 3.7K. Okay, so I have changed it. RC, you can see at this point, it is 3.7K now. I'm going to execute it for 3.7K. Now you can see over here, what should be the value? Okay, 0.2, I'm going to put somewhere over here. This one somewhere over here. You can note down the V out, that is 1.93 volt. 1.93 volt. That will be the answer. Over here you can see, I am not going to do anything. I am not going to calculate. Here the software, this simulator is going to give me the final value of V out, that is peak to peak voltage of output voltage. It is 1.93. Okay, and for channel 1, the input, that is 20 millivolts. So accordingly you can find out the value of gain over here. Okay, what will be the gain of this one? 1.93 divided by 20 millivolt, okay, into 1000. So you have the value of gain, that is 96.5. You can note down the value of gain, it is 96.5. So here you can see, if we are going to increase the value of RC from 2.2 to 3.7, this is the answer. Okay, that the gain is increasing. The value of gain is increasing. Now I'm going to stop this. I'm going to stop this, and we are going to increase the value of RC with one more value, that is from 3.7. I'm going to change it from 4.7. So now value of RC is, okay, simulator is running. I have to stop simulator first. Now it is 4.7K. So we took two reading. This is for the next reading, that is known as the third reading, where we are going to change the value of RC. That is, in first case, it was 2.2. The value of gain is 59. Then we have 1.93. That was the value for 3.7. And right now, I have changed it, the value of RC, that is from 3.7 to 4.7. Now let's examine the output. So this is, I have executed the things on this. You may find the output voltage over here. Now, if you want to understand properly, this is known as T2. This is known as T1. You can see 2.38 volt. If you want, then you can note down the value of this one, that is known as 2.38 volt, right? So here you can see 2.38 volt is the V out, and input voltage is 20 millivolt, right? So here you may find the value of the gain, that is accordingly as per this characteristic. Same way, what you can do at your home, you can install multisim, and you have a 10 to 12 readings. Let's say 1.1, 1.4, 1.8, 2.2, 2.4, 2.9, 3.2, 3.8, 4.2, 4.7. You have approximately 10 reading, and what you can do, you can plot the graph of RC versus V out. So what will happen, if RC is increasing, the value of gain is also increasing. So that will be exponentially increasing a graph that is required to draw in your record book also. So this is about this execution. Now I'm going to demonstrate the effect of RC also. Okay, so what will happen here, you can see effect of RE also. Here you can see in RE right now it is 1.5K. So for this execution, again I want to take the same value of the observation that we did for 2.2K. Okay, so for 2.2K, you know the value of gain, that is 59. So I have set it for 2.2K and 1.5K. So for this reading, you have the value of gain, that is 59K. 59 is the value of the gain, right? Or else, let's say, to properly understand the effect, I'm going to keep this as a 4.7K, right? So you have this reading of 4.7K. One more time, I'm going to execute this so that if you do not have reading, you can find it is 2.38. That is the actual value of the output, T2 minus T1, okay, 2.38 volt. So you can note down in the record book. Now I'm going to change the value of RE, that is from 1.5. Now I'm going to increase it from 1.5 to 2.2. So I have increased it from 1.5 to 2.2. Now you can see the value of the effect of RE. Okay, so these are the output. You can see this is the T2, and note down the value of this T2 minus T1. It is 1.72. I repeat, note down the value of T2 minus T1, that is the V out. V out of your common emitter amplifier right now. In earlier case, when RE equal to 1.5, V out is 2.38 volt. Here, in this case, when RE equal to 2.2, the value of final V out output of this common emitter amplifier is nothing but 1.72. So here you can find that output voltage is decreasing. If we are going to increase the value of RE, the voltage is decreasing. Now I'm going to take one more value of this, that is from 2.2. I'm going to change it from 2.2 to last reading I'm going to show you, that is 3.7K. Okay, so if I'm going to execute this, it will, the output voltage that must be there less than 1.7 or 8 that we did in earlier mode. You can see it is 1 volt, 1.08 volt or 1 volt. So gradually we know the output voltage is decreasing. You can also find over here on this screen, so that input and output parallelly I am showing you on the same screen, so that it will be better understand to you, right? So this is for the analysis of the circuit, analog circuit that we have to perform on multisim software, right? How we can do, what should be the analysis. So the main theme is not today, the main theme of this experiment is not to explain you the effect of RC and RE on an amplifier. This experiment you will done in your electronic principal circuit. But the main thing that I want to demonstrate over here is you can design electronic circuit in this simulator, and you can do analysis of electronic circuit in this simulator also. What are the ways of doing analysis? As I shown you, we can change the value of the input parameters. Let's say the input signal on channel number 1, we can change the amplitude, we can change the frequency. Same way on the CRO, that is on CRO channel, we can increase or decrease the watts per division, we can find out the effect. Or else in the proper components value also we can change, that is C1 1 microfarad to let's say 100 farad, R1 R2 RC, any of the value of the resistance, capacitor, anything we can do over here. So on a software, if we confirm that okay, now this will be the design and these are the effects of different values of the resistors, then and then you people can go in the laboratory, you can spend some time, you can use your hardware laboratories, hardware components, you can purchase the components from the market, and then you are doing. So before purchasing, before applying trial error on software, you have a confirmed view that if I am going to perform this experiment in laboratory, should I get the result or not? Is there any technical problem with the values? Is there any anything is wrong over here? Just in this particular circuit, if circuit is ready, then and then you can perform in laboratory. But before performance, that circuit is required to test fundamentally in the software. That is this kind of the software. It is known as a multisim. So this is the point that I want to convey in this laboratory as far as the analog circuits are concerned. Okay. Remaining technical things about transistor and all these things already discussed in electronic principle. Now I'm going to take one more design, so things will be more easier to you to understand that what are the different ways for this using this multisim. Okay. So meanwhile, I got one question from Hemant that, sir, in this circuit, what is the use of C2 capacitor? See here, C2 is a bypass capacitor. If you want to understand the effect of C2, if I am going to remove this, let's say in this circuit, I have removed the use of this C2, right? So I have not connected RE and C2 over here. So what will happen? Okay, we are going to test the circuit. You will directly understand from the output. I have taken the values of this RE that is too large at this moment. I'm going to show you with the same reading of the capacitor, that is 1.5. Let's say 1.5 is the value of RE, and let's say 3.7 or 4.7. Let's say for the fundamental case, we are going to take 4.7K over here. Now I'm going to execute. See, I have removed C2 from this. You can see Okay, this is your output voltage, you can see. Okay, how much voltage you may find over here, how much voltage and what will be the value of gain. You can see it is 50 microwatt per division. Okay, or else if you want to find the actual output voltage, okay, I am going to utilize the same method that normally you are going to use over here, that is T2, okay, and T1. Okay, so here you can see voltage is 59.53 microvolts. So it is very unexpected output that we are getting at this moment, right? So it is already given in the manual also. I'm going to share one more time the screen so that you can understand the effect of this RC, sorry, effect of this C2 is available over here. Okay, before that, we are going to execute one more circuit. So things will be more clear to you. That is the digital circuit if we are going to utilize. That is also the part of this session that I want to cover. And I'm going to show you one circuit of adder circuit, whether it is half adder or full adder. I'm going to show you the half adder design. So it will be very good for you to understand that we are also capable, or we can also test the digital circuit on this multi-sim platform. You can see this is the input one which we are giving from the supply. This is logic one that we are giving from the supply. This you can consider as your power supply, right? Two power supply one and power supply two, both are giving logic one, logic one. Here, this is your XOR gate 7486 because this is the predefined circuit of half adder. This is the circuit of logic gate of AND gate. Okay, so these are the two input pins that normally I am going to apply this pin at one input of half adder, and the same pin I am going to apply at one input of AND gate. This pin I am going to apply one input of XOR gate, and over here on same input I am going to apply, you can see via this with another input of AND gate. So this is XOR gate, this is AND gate, and output of this I have connected to one LED which is ground, one LED which is ground. So what will happen in this case, if I want to apply, if I want to test 0 0 1 0 1 1 0 1 truth table of half adder circuit, if I want to test on multi-sim platform, definitely I can test it. You can see if I am going to play this circuit, here you can see the LEDs are on. Which LED is on? You can see this LED number 2 is glow right now. Why? Because AND gate is, output of AND gate is 1. When output of AND gate is 1, if both of the inputs are 1, you can see over here both of the inputs are 1, so that here we have 1 1, and according to that here we have 1, and LED will be on. Now this is the fundamental, that for half adder, if both of the inputs are 1, then 1 plus 1, sum will be 0 and carry will be 1. So this you can consider as a carry, and this is known as a sum. Sum is 0, so output is 0. There is no glowing of LED. Or in other case, this is 1, this is 1. So if both of the input of XOR gate are 1, what will be the output of XOR gate? It is 0. So if it is 0, that is output of XOR gate, we are having 0, so LED will not glow. This is the meaning of the half adder. Now, if I am going to change any of the input, let's say this I am going to change, double click on that. Here I am going to change this from 1 to 0. So here you can see on your screen that first one is 0, this one is 1, cross we are going to apply. So what will happen? 1 and 0, output of this, that may be 0, and output of this, that may be 1. Or in other words, 1 plus 0, output will be, sum will be 1. So this LED must be 1 and this will be 0. Now I am going to play. So here you can see this LED is on, that is with blue color. So this is 1, and this LED is off, so this is 0. So this is the thing that I'm going to show you, that this is for half adder circuit. Same way you can also implement full adder circuit, and any analog or digital circuit if you want to implement, you can definitely implement it, right? So I'm going to stop this screen. I'm going to I want to go add another manual page so that you people should understand the scenario. Okay, and this is about the multisim software. I'm going to share the screen of the laboratory manual so that you people should understand. See here, one more thing you should understand, that is related to the 3 dB frequency, right? That is, if we are going to remove this bypass capacitor, right? You people, you can taste this one, right? On the Bode plot, instead of this CRO, okay? This is I am giving you in the form of the assignment. If you have any problem, any doubt related to this, you can definitely mail me your question and your queries, right? What you have to do, I am explaining it so that things are clear. Instead of CRO, you have to remove in the same circuit, and you have to put Bode plotter. It is already available in the instrument panel. As the time is only 4 to 5 minutes remain, right? I'm going to explain you that over here you can put Bode plotter, and you can remove the CRO from the same circuit, and you can remove this part also, that is this capacitor, so that you can understand the difference. That is what the 3 dB at which the output will be half. And you can find over here the concept of this one, that is frequency response. You can find with bypass capacitor. Here, this will be the scenario on the Bode plot, and over here you can see without bypass capacitor, this will be the frequency response, right? In addition to this, you are required to prepare an observation table in your journal, that is input voltage, RC. As I told you, I have already prepared one Excel sheet that is for the demo, so that you can understand what are the ways that we are going to create the reading for your journal. When you are going to execute this experiment in your laptop, okay, in Multisim, parallelly you have to note down the readings, and you can make one Excel sheet like this, and then you can make this one, you can calculate, and you can make this observation table, that is effect of RC on voltage gain. And then same way you can make effect of RE on voltage gain, okay, and then you calculate this with and without bypass, the 3 dB bandwidth. If you have any problem in this calculation of this, you can definitely put your queries. You can mail me, because this is one and only one lab I have to take. There are only 2 sessions, right? Only one workshop lab will be there for you. As far as my teaching is concerned, from next time onwards, another faculty will conduct your remaining experiment of EWS lab. I am going to take only these 2 experiments. In next week or next time, as per a timetable, another sir or madam will take your remaining part of the workshop lab. This is also required to do as an assignment form, that common base amplifier you have to test, okay, in the simulator. The same way you can find it. And the second part of this, that is common collector. 3 circuits are required to perform by each and every student in Multisim software, okay. And then this is test circuit, another digital part, half adder. So this I have already tested, and I show you the result on the screen, that how we are going to test half adder circuit. Same way you can design full adder. This is the circuit of the full adder, that how to implement full adder, how to design full adder. Okay, in this way you can design full adder also. You can design half subtractor. You can design full subtractor. That is the next part, or test circuit 4. Okay, so these are the ways that you can design half adder, full adder. You can design full subtractor, half subtractor. These are the points that definitely you can do in the this software. These are several assignment questions are also there, that implement and simulate multi-stage amplifier circuit. And here it is shown that you can do it for 3-stage amplifier, right? 4 Gem 1 multiplexer. So this assignment question that you can solve definitely. So this is all about this experiment. Still anything, if you want to ask me, or if you want to have any question, any query related to electronic workshop lab, where Multisim software experiments are concerned, that how to design analog laboratory, how to design analog circuit, how to design digital circuit. So you can mail me, right? I'll reply you. And this is all about the workshop laboratory session. So I want to summarize, I want to conclude that what we did today. In the first session, we discussed how to install Multisim software. What is the importance, what are the usage of the Multisim software, how we can design any circuit inside the Multisim sample circuit we design. After doing this design, what are the ways, how we are going to analyze that electronic circuit on the simulator that we discussed, how we are going to connect different instrument, and the usage of the instrument for doing analysis of electronic signals, that is a sinusoidal wave with changing frequency and parameter or amplitude, all the other parameters and all. And then we discuss one analog circuit and one digital circuit, right? Common emitter amplifier as well as half adder. People can have a practice of remaining circuit. Okay, that's all from my side. Have a nice day. Thank you so much.